Alright, hi, this is Terry with Vorshlag. We're doing another video for our 4th installment of This Week at Vorshlag. We've got a lot of different cars in the shop this week. This 92 Mustang, Fox Mustang, is really popular. It's got a Coyote 5.0 swap and an IRS out of a 2003 04 Mustang Cobra. So we'll show bits and pieces of this car and what's going on in the last week. This is one of our customers' cars. That's an LS powered BMW M3. Nice and quiet. We just took this car out to Cars and Coffee Saturday, and looks really stock under the hood. Sounds really good too. Nice and quiet. Okay, we got another car in the shop today. This is a 95 RX-7 FD. It's a single turbo conversion. One of our customers road races this car, David Cobb. We're going to do some exhaust work on this car and a little bit under the hood. All right, as you can see, this is a V-mount custom intercooler. Radiator's been laid over here. Big fat intercooler here. Olaf made these aluminum tabs to hold his custom air box on there. And then we'll get up in the air in a minute and I'll show you the exhaust work we're going to do. It's a good looking car. These FDs always look nice. And this one actually is a track car, so we like it even more. Let's get it up in the air. All right, with the car up in the air, you can see it's already got an aftermarket exhaust, and it's pretty high flow. It's even got a catalytic converter. And what we've done is we've picked up some stainless steel 3-inch tubing here, some mandrel bends, some 45s, some HKS gasket for the wastegate, and then the 2-inch J-bend to make the wastegate merge pipe out of. And then we always use one of these little flex things, flex pipe sections from Vibrant for the wastegate section. Here it is on the car. It's all tacked together here and all stainless, and it'll be fully welded after this, and the final product came out great. Alright, we got some work done on the cage. The door bars are back in now that Ryan has done all the final welding on the upper parts of the tubes, and he's put it back up on the plinth blocks, and now those can be final welded. This was a tricky little junction here, a lot of tubes coming together, and he just made these taco gussets today. Some new dimple dies we just got. Those came out really nice. Everything TIG welded, of course, and the dash bar is mocked up in place right now. We had the dash in there, and I'll show some pictures of that. It's been modified to clear the FIA bar here, the A-pillar bars, and the dash bar itself. So that's the bracket Olaf's making, and then this piece will go on top, and that'll hold the battery in place. A little simple, but it'll be stout and strong. It fits on here. What's up, Miss Amy? Looks like Olaf's putting some steering shafts together. You've already fitted all the shafts together, cut them all the length. He's about to put the steering U-joints on. Bunch of happy BMW customers can get their steering shafts today. How's it coming on the Corvette today, Brad?
Good there.
A little final prep. Power steering fluids, looks like brake fluids topped off. We're ready to go. Yeah, this car races at night, so yeah, this is for driver changes in the middle of the night at a dark track. It's all indirect red LED lighting, so you can see what you're doing. Very cool. All right, brake ducts are ready to go. Nice. Driver cooling there. Get after it. Whoa. Olaf getting the FRS ready. The clutch pressure plate flywheel's going on, the T56 Magnum XL, and then all the front brackets will go on. We can finally get the front end of the car back on, the radiator end, start making hoses for the radiator, heater hoses, and start on plumbing and wiring of the whole car. Excited to see that thing going. We've got a Maxim Motorsports 4-point roll bar. Came out of our customer Jamie Beck's Mustang. One thing was neglected when they ordered it was to put in a diagonal tube, which is really critical for road racing. If you have a rollover, or it definitely helps, and it also keeps the it adds a lot of torsional rigidity this way to the car. So we're going to add that with a piece of 1.5-inch tubing. They do most of this out of 1.75-inch DOM, but they do the harness bar 1.5 inches, so we'll make the diagonal as 1.5 inches because it's got to pass through that bar. We had it all stripped so we could weld the cross tube in, and we're going to repowder coat it in black, and it's going in another customer's car. So this is the car where the roll bar was, and of course now it's got a full cage, which is wrapping up the next couple of days. Ryan just added some tabs here and here for a defroster box, and he added the steering column mounts there. Came out really nice. And there's a couple of tabs here to hold the dash onto the car. We used the Watson Racing relocation kit here for the handle. It was just simple. He already had it. This one's going to paint this week, so it's exciting to see this cage wrap up, our first S197 Mustang cage. It came out pretty well. Pretty happy with it. Got a lot of nice details, and should make the car a little bit stiffer when we've knocked about 400 pounds out of this one. So this is the box that Ryan built. About an hour and a half of work. And this bolts in here. So that bolts in there. And we'll take the two hoses that come out of the heater core that we've added down low, and we'll go into this opening into the bottom side of the dash. So here's a factory dash pad out of that car, and this box lines up right there. So it'll blow through this plenum box into the defroster vents, which go all along the top of the dash at the front of the windshield. That's the only time this heater core will be really used in this race car, is in a rainy, coldy, foggy day. Ryan got it all plumbed up here. Got the two lines, the 3-inch hoses going from the heater box to the defroster plenum, and this plenum will feed right into the dash itself. Pretty slick. All right, the last car we'll show this week is a 92 Mustang our customer brought in. It's got a Coyote swap, 5-liter. It came in here with these shorty 5-liter headers that have been cut up, mangled pretty badly to fit this chassis. We're going to go back in with full-length 1 5/8 primary BBK long tubes, which of course will have a lot more horsepower and flow, and more importantly, they fit better. As you can see here, they fit around the T56, they fit the chassis well, and fixed a lot of problems. You know, they got a ball and socket flange, which allows some misalignment, which is kind of easy to put them on. It came in here with this off-road X pipe that was cut up pretty badly, and we've replaced it with this dual 3-inch BBK catted X pipe that's made for this swap, but not necessarily this transmission. The tailpipes needed some work. They were touching the body, so we got some spacers in there right now. But we were able to reuse this whole rear exhaust section from the muffler's back, so saved them a little bit of money and solved some problems. This is all untouched, and then as we move forward, we've taken the BBK X pipe and we've had to cut it up quite a bit, but it fits now, and you can see there's some splices in there that Olaf did, and it fits around the transmission, fits up close to the body, and should flow really well and be emissions legal, which is the most important part. And we didn't have to throw away a lot of parts. The transmission crossmember there needs a little bit of work, but the cats and the X pipe fit the car really well. The ground clearance is excellent, and we're really happy with it. It sounds excellent as well. Yeah, I've got to put the O2s in there. You can see how the headers fit the K-member really well. It's all tucked up in there nicely. The car's got some few other issues, but we'll talk about in our next video. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.